Hey guys, the following video is the first of what I hope is many oral histories I do on this channel. It's just a small teaser in celebration of our 100 subscribers. Yay! Thanks and enjoy. Hey guys, so this is gonna be our first mini, I hope, oral history that we do here on the channel. And we're gonna begin with my mom. We're gonna do a multiple part oral history. So everyone, this is my mom, Cassie Purcell.
Hello.
And we're gonna start with her childhood. So I'm gonna let her take it from here, and I'll pop in now and then ask questions.
Hi, guys. Well, it is well known that Mom is getting old. So here's a bit of my history. Not knowing who will hear and who will maybe even learn, I would love to share with everybody now. I am an only child. I was born in Charleston, West Virginia, but shortly moved to Fort Lauderdale thereafter. So basically, I say that I was born in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I have mom and dad. My daddy was a pilot slash mechanic slash builder. After that, it's a long list. My mother was a concert pianist. And we basically grew up on the ocean in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, which was phenomenal. When I entered into my younger years of 3 to probably about 8 years of age, my father was commissioned to build the airports over in Grand Bahamas and the islands. So every year we would go down and stay for stints of maybe 3 to 4 to 5 months, come back to our house in Fort Lauderdale.
I never do that. I never do that about my own family.
Come back to our house in Fort Lauderdale. We'd kind of regroup. Sometimes I had to have shots, and we'd kind of pack it up and head back down again. Basically, my childhood was growing up with the native people in the islands, which was basically a life experience. The Grand Bahamas was beautiful, quite a bit of a tourist town. So we always lived on the outskirts so that we could live with the true culture of the native people. A lot of the little children had swollen bellies, which I'll never forget, due to malnutrition. And they would fight literally in the streets over food. A lot of the mothers stayed home. A lot of the daddies either worked in sugarcane farms or maybe in the downtown stores, which there weren't many. And some of them would be fortunate enough to actually branch out and find real jobs, like being a worker in a motel or possibly even a taxi driver. But overall, a lot of the islands showed signs of it being very, very poor.
Tell me more about like the beaches down there. Like, I know you told me stories of you and Papa getting up at like 5 in the morning and going down to the beach and finding what octopus or starfish or something. So tell us more about that.
Okay, my daddy, being the fisherman that he was, he constantly had a pole in his hand, and of course, I was his little entourage. We got up every morning at 5 o'clock, and we went straight to the ocean. And literally, there were starfish every step we took. They were every color in the rainbow. And we often caught them and put them back into the water, because what would happen is while they were feeding, they'd just kind of get washed up onto the shore. So we would catch them and fling them back out into the water. And then Dad would lay his pole down and we would walk out into the ocean. Of course, it was deep for me, so I often held on to Daddy's hand, because if I didn't, I would have been swallowed up by the waters. And we literally could pick up king conchs just 4 or 5 feet right off of the beach. And of course, then Dad would always throw out a line and try to catch whatever he could catch, which you never knew what we were going to get. And then we'd come back and we'd sit out in the yard and clean the conchs. Sometimes we'd dip them in lime juice and lemon juice and eat them raw right there at the table. And other times Mom would cook them and fry them up. And we had conch fritters and you name it. It was just a gourmet feast. Fresh fish, sea urchins. We'd go out and get sea urchins. And we just literally lived off of the ocean. And there will never be a life like it. And I just am so thankful for living that part of my life.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel.